Okay, this is People of the State of Michigan versus Charleston Davis, docket number 21-19FH. And this is the time set for sentencing. Mr. Davis, can you just confirm for me that you did agree that we could do the sentencing with you not in the courthouse?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Mr. Davis, you were convicted of carrying a pistol in an automobile. That is a felony punishable by up to 5 years in prison. You have the right to be represented by an attorney. You are represented by Mr. Cornish. Mr. Cornish, have you had a chance to go through the pre-sentence report with your client?
We have, Your Honor.
Do you have any additions, deletions, or corrections?
But we do not, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, any objection to the scoring of the guidelines?
I don't believe so, but I guess I had one question that I apologize for not asking Ms. Allen before we got here. One of three, I believe that's a juvenile adjudication.
Oh, you're back to the report?
No, one of three, because it's being scored under TRV 1.
Oh, I see.
And I apologize for not asking about this sooner. I literally just saw the, I just didn't know if that was a juvenile or if that was an adult adjudication and HIDA.
It was adult because it says HIDA prison, right?
Yeah, but then above it, it is a little hard to tell because it says status. Oh, no, I see. Yeah. No, it looks like adult. It even says he was 17 at the time. It does. I just didn't know if they had adjudicated him or if it had been, it says status juvenile probation. So that's why I was confused. Wanted to make sure that was right,
clarified.
but that was his status at the time of the offense.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. That's all I wanted to clarify, that that was scored correctly. Then I have no other.
Yeah, that threw me for a second too, but they're just saying that he was on juvenile probation when he committed the adult offense. Okay, so then any objection to the scoring of the guidelines?
No, Your Honor, not with that clarification.
Okay, did the people have any corrections to the report or objections to scoring?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
And did the people wish to be heard?
Only to say, Your Honor, and I discussed this with Mr. Cornish, that for whatever reason, when this case came up, I saw he had received HIDA for the misdemeanor larceny, but not the PSC with the HIDA prison. Had I known, I would not have probably said no objection to HIDA again. I emailed Mr. Cornish about this because I saw the MDOC recommendation, and I'll still stand by my Killebrew agreement to no upfront jail, to be fair, and I'm not going to now object to it, but just to place on record that that's how that happened. I think MDOC's recommendation and I understand it. So I mean, Your Honor, this will be the defendant's first time on adult probation. It's going to be up to him now. I have some concerns based on the fact that he did go to HIDA prison, and a lot of people a lot of benefit from that and learned a lot from it. And I wish that Mr. Davis had too, because, you know, of course people can come out and commit new crimes, but so recently that he came out and he's here again and he's only 21, but now, you know, he's likely, depending on how this court rules, be sentenced as an adult, and it's up to him now to get the benefit on probation that I hope he still can.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Cornish?
Thank you, Your Honor. As the court is aware, a prior granting of HYTA does not prevent him from asking for and receiving that again. We did agree that the prosecution would consent, and I'm happy that she has stood by that today. I would ask the court to strenuously consider that he was 17 at the time of the incident that we discussed moments ago about going to HYTA prison. And his second conviction was for a misdemeanor, and he received HIDA for that. I would ask the court to strenuously consider granting my petition that I filed with the court and giving him HIDA one last time as an adult here. It would be, as was just stated, his first time on actual adult probation in a circuit court manner. I would also ask the court to follow along with the Killebrew agreement of no upfront jail. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. And now your turn, Mr. Davis. Was there anything you wanted to say?
Yes, ma'am. I believe for the HIDA larceny situation, when I was in HIDA prison, they came to me about that because they issued out a warrant while I was locked up. So they just threw it out because they weren't supposed to do that. So I didn't believe that I was ever on any probation. I just went and did height of prison time with no probation or anything.
Okay, well, I have confirmation otherwise from the probation department, but was there anything
Okay.
else you wanted to say?
No, I just was trying to get that clear because I was trying to get all the understanding. That's fine though, but I appreciate it.
No, I understand, but the probation department verified it and we don't have any concrete information otherwise, but you know, it doesn't even really matter because I mean, you have some positives going for you, but I just feel that with the very serious CSC offense that you went to YTA prison on, YTA prison is, I mean, I always say they shouldn't even call it YTA prison. They should call it something else because of the intensive nature of the support, the guidance, the training, everything that's involved in it. And for you to come out and then commit this offense, I just can't see how I could reasonably grant you YTA again. So I'm denying the petition for treatment under the Holmes Youthful Trainee Act. I will follow the Killebrew agreement of no upfront jail. But I also think that a period of probation would be beneficial. So I'm going to place you on probation for a period of 24 months, 2 days in jail with credit for 2 days served. You have to pay $130 to the Crime Victims Fund, $68 in state costs. I'm waiving oversight fees, cost to the county in the amount of $250 based on the State Court Administrative Office calculated average cost of a criminal case in Ingham County. Additional conditions of probation are you may not use or possess alcoholic beverages or controlled substances or use marijuana recreationally or use it in violation of the Michigan Medical Marijuana Act. You must comply with both drug and alcohol testing as your agent directs. You must complete a MRT or other cognitive behavior therapy program. You must not engage in any assaultive, abusive, threatening, or intimidating behavior. No contact with anyone you know to have a felony record. You may not possess a weapon while you're on probation. You must contact your agent no later than the first business day following placement on probation. You must comply with the written and verbal orders of your agent. Let the agent into your home at any time. Submit to a search of your person or property without need of a warrant and report any changes to your agent within 24 hours. And you must make genuine efforts to find and maintain employment a minimum of 30 hours per week. Mr. Davis, you have the right to file an application for leave to appeal your conviction and your sentence in this matter. You're entitled to an attorney at public expense to assist you in doing that. If you're making a request for one, you have to make it within 42 days of today's date. It will explain that more on a form that we'll mail to you that is called Appellate Rights. We'll also send you a form that you can use if you're eligible to request an early discharge from probation. And that completes our sentencing hearing unless you have any questions, Mr. Davis. If you do, I'll try to answer them.
No, that's fine. I had a good understanding of everything.
Very good. Good luck to you then, and that will finish our sentencing.